Hi, so this is Carlos Romero, and I'll be going over how to apply for California unemployment benefits. And so, to begin with, the most important takeaway from this presentation is that if you're unsure of your eligibility or don't know what to apply for, the most important thing is to apply anyway. Complete the application as best as you can, and the EDD will reach out to you. There's no harm, there's no penalty if you apply and you don't get it, but it's better to apply and not get it than to not apply and need it. So that's the first thing. If you take nothing else away, that's the most important part. Okay? So the question is always, what benefits can I apply for? You hear so many different things. Let's simplify it down. California residents can apply for the following four benefits: unemployment insurance, pandemic unemployment assistance, disability insurance, and paid family leave. We're going to concentrate on the first two, unemployment insurance and pandemic unemployment assistance. Okay? So what is unemployment insurance? You are eligible for unemployment insurance if you have a W-2 income. That means if you receive a W-2 from your employer and you, for whatever reason, you are separated from employment for a time period, you can qualify for unemployment. Okay? The reasons you can qualify are if your employment status has been affected by COVID-19, and you are fully or partially unemployed. You are fully or partially unemployed with regards to being furloughed, your wages are reduced. These are all reasons why you can still continue to receive unemployment insurance. Or let's say your child's school is closed and you need to be there to go pick them up from school, or not to pick them up from school. You need to be available at home to take care of your children. Then that is the reason why you can qualify for unemployment. Okay? So please note, if you do qualify for unemployment, you will automatically receive pandemic unemployment assistance, which I will cover next. And that is an additional $600 a week that you can receive for that. But you will receive that automatically if you qualify for unemployment. Okay? So for pandemic unemployment assistance, this is for those people who are not W-2 employees. Anyone who's a business owner, independent contractor, self-employed workers, freelancers, gig workers. If you only receive a 1099 tax form, last year you are likely eligible. So this means that, let's say you had a date to begin work, but for whatever reason your job was no longer available, you're unable to travel to your job, you quit your job as a result of COVID-19, those are all reasons why you can get pandemic unemployment assistance. Okay? So if that happens, this is a great opportunity for you to apply for that. So if you have health issues because of COVID-19 and you're not a W-2 employee, for example, you've been diagnosed with COVID-19, you're a member of a household with someone that has been diagnosed with COVID-19, and you are caring for a family member who has been diagnosed, or a dependent during the work day because their school or their facility has been closed due to COVID-19. Okay? Those are all reasons why you can qualify for pandemic unemployment assistance. So the reasons why you will qualify for disability insurance or paid family leave is if you are not eligible for unemployment insurance, then you may be eligible for disability insurance or paid family leave. You typically qualify for state disability insurance if you get a check when you get paid. You'll see a deduction for California SDI on your check, and that means that you would be qualified for disability insurance. So the difference between disability insurance or paid family leave, disability insurance is if you are unable to perform your work duties. For example, let's say you're sick. If you're unable to perform your work duties, you can qualify for disability insurance. Paid family leave is for those who have a family member that's sick. Then you can qualify for paid family leave. Okay? So those are the four examples of things that you could qualify for under state unemployment insurance. So then the question becomes, so okay, I want to apply for unemployment insurance. I want to apply for the pandemic unemployment. What do I need to apply? Pretty simple. You need a social security number, California driver's license, and proof of U.S. citizenship or a green card. So you have to be authorized to work in the U.S. in order to receive unemployment benefits. If you are not a U.S. citizen, have information from your employment authorization document ready. So when you apply, you have that information handy. Okay. You will also need information about your work history. Mostly that's the information that's on your check stub if you're a W-2 employee. This is a work history from the last 18 months. Okay. This includes the name of any companies that you work for, the dates of employment, the hours you work per week, the total wages you earned before taxes were taken out, which is gross wages, your hourly rate of pay, and the reason you are no longer working there. So most, if not all of that information is contained on your check stub. If you're a W-2 employee, all that information should be on that check stub. Your employer should be able to provide that to you, or you can just look at your last paycheck from your employer and that information will all be there. Okay. You'll also need specific information from that employer, right? That'll be the employer's name, the mailing address, phone number, your supervisor's name, the total wages you earned before taxes, and the reason for your unemployment. Have that stuff handy and the process will go quickly. So one other thing, if you're a federal or a military employee in the last 18 months, there's other information that you can provide, like notice to federal employees about unemployment insurance or certificate of release or discharge from active duty. That's only applicable for federal and military employees. I do cover it just to be complete, but most of us are going to fit in the first or second category, W-4 or independent contractor status. So then the third question, how to apply? Okay, the quickest and best way to apply for unemployment insurance is online. Although you can apply through the phone, which I'll provide the phone numbers after, the best way is to apply online because the EDD is under the same requirements that the rest of us are with regards to COVID. It may be difficult to get someone on the phone, so I do recommend you apply online. And the email address is, not the email address, the link is listed here. That is the best way to apply from that link. And the first step is to submit your application. Okay? If you have been laid off or had hours cut back as a direct result of COVID-19, it's important to notate that on the drop-down menu, you're going to indicate that you've been laid off or you lack work as reason for separation. Then you're going to select out of work due to COVID-19. And you'll submit the first date you were affected by COVID-19, even if it was a few weeks back or even a month back. Let's say it was March. You will actually receive back pay for the weeks that you were eligible to receive benefits. So you could still be covered through that time. And PUA is covered all the way to February 2nd. Okay, so from February 2nd through December 26th, you can be covered by that. Okay, now that $600 that we talked about, that's in addition for the PUA, is from March 29th through July 25th. So every week that you were eligible for unemployment during that time period, you will get an additional $600 up until July 25th. So if you want to apply through phone, the phone numbers are listed here. In English, it's 1-800-300-5616. That's 1-800-300-5616. Cantonese, 1-800-547-3506. Mandarin, 1-866-303-0706. So what happens after you submit your application? Okay. The Employment Development Department will confirm your application and weekly benefit amount via email as well as through postal mail. Okay, so they will tell you exactly how much you qualify for, but you can also check yourself using the benefit calculator listed on here. There's a benefit calculator where you could calculate what that benefit would be. I would suggest you do that so that way you have an idea of what that number looks like. But they will tell you exactly what that number is within 2 weeks via postal mail, but earlier than that via email as well. Okay. You may also receive an email confirming that you were registered for UI online, and this allows you to fully access any information about your claim and to certify for your continued benefits. Okay. There's a chance that you may not automatically be registered, and you'll receive a notice in the mail with your EDD customer account number that you will then use to go back online and continue the registration process. Okay? So for business owners, independent contractors, self-employed workers, freelancers, and gig workers, which are a good part of us, we have quite a few people that maybe don't qualify under W-2 employees, but get a 1099 or maybe have their own business. Those people also qualify for PUA, as I mentioned before. Your initial weekly benefit amount will be $167 for claims starting February 2nd, and claims between March 29th through July 25th will have an additional $600. Now, your total benefits will last for 39 weeks. Okay, but once your income is verified, they may go back and increase that weekly amount. So even though you initially qualified for $167, they may up that amount once they take a look at what you actually qualify for. So that will be applied retroactively, and that'll be made up for you once that calculation is done. And you'll be notified of any increase in what you're entitled to receive. You will be paid from the date you became unemployed as a result of COVID-19, regardless of when you submit your application. So let's say you don't submit your application until the end of June. Well, that could be retroactively applied all the way to February. And so you could still recoup that lost work time that you're entitled to. Okay? So it's very important to be aware of these options that you have. So once you apply, go through that process, how do you receive your benefits? The EDD will send you a debit card that they will put those deposits on. Once you have that debit card, you can actually download an app that will let you manage your account. With that app, you can actually transfer funds from that debit card over to your personal account. You would have to input your bank account number, but that way you can do that transfer yourself. So every week you'll have X number of dollars, however much you qualify for, deposited onto that card, and then you can either use it as a debit card or you could transfer those funds to your bank card. Okay, so it'll typically take about a week after you certify before you start receiving your first payment. But that debit card will be issued 24 to 48 hours after submitting your application. So just be aware of it and keep an eye out for it. So that's everything that I have to cover on how to apply for unemployment. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.